Hey YouTube, so here we are again trying to set up this rig to look good in Unity, so we'll just go right to it. I'm going to go back, press tab to go back into edit mode, and I'm going to scale on the Y-axis just because the feet and the butt are a little freaky. I'm going to go back actually into object mode, press Alt H to unhide our dude here. Go back into edit mode, drag this back a little bit. Scale on the Z, make it a little bit smaller, perhaps, so I can bring it. Scale it on the X, scale it on the Z again. Ooh, it's looking pretty good. Kind of fighting either with the feet. There we go. Alright, that looks pretty good. So don't freak out about that, and also don't only worry about one side of the body. In Blender we have a lot of modifiers, and one of them is called mirror. And it just, any object that you are going to have an exact, reciprocal side to it, you can mirror it. Boxes, furniture, everything. So if you find yourself meticulously, doing every single corner of an object, you're definitely screwing up and need to use those modifiers. It's worth learning and doing it, working smarter than it is harder. So here we are. This is looking pretty good. The next thing that we're going to do, I'm going to go back into object mode with tab and then just right click. No, click my armature instead. Now that I have that, I'm just going to hide it. I'm going to also hide this dude here and his eyeballs. And then go back into, right click this and go back into edit mode. I'm going to press 1 on my num key pad area and then 5. That puts it in front orthographic. Anytime you're pressing, any of those keys over there other than 5, it's associated with your view. So for instance, we pressed 1 to get in the forward. If I hold Control and press 1, it'll show me directly to the back. And then if I do, let's say 7, it goes to the top. If I do Control 7, it takes me to the bottom. Super useful. 3 is side, Control is the other side. So use it. It's great. So we'll go to vertex and we'll press Z to go into wireframe mode. I'll press zoom in just a little bit. I'll press B to go into box mode selection, and I'll kind of get as close as I can to the center without actually getting it. Zoom in and kind of get some of the leg here. The leg is always tricky. Anytime you get like tight bunching of vertices, it's always kind of rough to get everything selected in there. So other than that, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks good. So we're going to press X to delete, and we're going to do V for vertices. Press Z to get out of that mode and kind of look at our handiwork here. So not too terrible. I'm going to press 5 to get out of ortho because it's terrible to try to like do close-up work in. If you find yourself wondering why the view sucks and you're just like ready to pull your hair out, Control Tab to go into mesh selection mode and then press F for face. It's usually because in X and then F to delete. It's usually because you're in the wrong view mode. You're in ortho or something like that, and it's not moving around. So check your views. Press X and then F for face. That's pretty good. This isn't a Blender tutorial. Oh, I guess it's not. X and then F for face. X, F for face. X, F. I don't know. I'm probably deleting things. They're just going to screw me later. X, F. Yeah, definitely doing that. Alright, Control Tab, go into Control Tab and go to the vertice mode. Click this guy, holding Shift and press F to create a new face. Control Tab to go into Edge. And then, I know I'm going a bit fast here, I'm just trying to fix this so we can continue on. And then press, select all these edges, make up the quad and press F. So, yeah, that just looked funny as Y. So here we go, we got a pretty good. That's always, sometimes that goes smoothly, sometimes it goes poorly. Don't freak out. This is all Blender, I probably suck compared to you guys. So anyways, thanks for bearing with me. So anyways, now that we got that, we'll go back into object mode, and we will go up here, and with our scroll wheel, we'll go to modifier, and we will add a mirror modifier. Bazumba. All right, we're gonna hit clipping down here, because what that does is if there's any vertices that, like, let's say we came here to the back and instead of matching up beautifully and perfectly like mine does here, um, you know, you had something, control tab to go into that quick mode and then select the vertex. It won't even let me do it. Okay, maybe I could delete it. No, I don't know how I'd get, well, you know, I'll do. There we go. That makes sense, right? All right, so let's say you had a model like this, you know, and these are like screwed up in a line, let's say. I'll even do it on purpose. Here you go. After you click that, the way to fix that really easily is just go to clipping and then select these guys, and then actually do that so we're not selecting the ones behind it, but we'll reselect each one of them. Control space to get rid of those annoying arrows there. We'll hold shift and right click and just reselect each one of those vertices that got screwed up. Which one is it? Is it this one? Yeah. And then control space to bring out the annoying arrows again, and then just drag it over. Press A to deselect, and you'll fix holes in your mesh like that, and it's very necessary to do to continue on, so make sure you do that. Okay, cool. That's looking pretty good. And so the next thing that we're going to do is to go back into object mode, and then we will unhide everything, Alt-H, kind of take a look. And any areas that we're poking out and we look clownish, we're going to kind of fix too. So what we'll do is go into edit mode again, go into wireframe, kind of get a good area where we can select the loops here. We're just going to kind of orient ourselves where we can see where we're going. We'll rotate, press Z to get out of that, kind of see what's going on here. We'll rotate to be more in line with the wrist there. Change our view again. Not too shabby. Okay, cool. And then we will do Control Tab for the mesh selection menu. Hold Alt and right select all the edges around there. You can hold Control and press the plus sign on the keyboard and just loop select all the way up to there. Press X and delete by vertice, just to kind of get rid of those bad faces that we didn't need. Then we can drag at a try the Y-axis. Yeah, that's fine. We'll bring it in. Ooh. Kind of fight it into place with your perspective there. Cool deal. Alrighty, and then you're going to go into sculpt mode, and we're going to have our inflate brush here, and then we're going to basically just drag it down to like a 3, maybe a 2 point something, and we're just going to tap out these areas where we can still see some flesh poking through. Don't worry if this looks like garbage or it looks like he's wearing, you know, one of those comical fat suits in one of those Big Mama movies. It's all gonna work out in the end. So we have some more scripts and modifiers. We're just trying to help them out as much as possible. See, get out of that horrible orthographic view. Sometimes you forget. You're like wondering why you're starting to feel sick. It's that orthographic view. I'm just doing quick taps to get that there, so the script can recognize where it is and where it wants to attach to things. So, okay, cool. So we'll go back into object mode, and what we'll do is add another modifier, and we will do shrink wrap. Shrink wrap is pretty cool. All you have to do is hit this little dropper deal, select the body, and it'll mesh to the body, and you click it out, and there you go. You have a fully mesh suit. So the only thing that you'd have to do from here is save it, you know, delete the extra mesh, save it as a .blender or .fbx. Remember, they have to match if they're going to go on each other, or they should match, and the avatar has to match, and bring it into Unity. And from there, we will go on to the next video. So there are some extras here. I'll have a couple extras videos at the end for making these things work a little bit better. So check those out if you want to know how to do that. Thanks for watching.